Hey, what's up guys, let's talk about DIVA effects. Now the effects section is here. There is two and they run in series, which means effect 1, the effect wet and dry goes into effect 2, and then that goes out to the amplifier stage, or goes out to the output, right? So we're going to use something akin to the famous Roland type synths, right? 2 saws, but we're going to beef it up with some chorus. So chorus is basically a doubler, right? And there's 3 kind of flavors. They're each is modeled after a specific kind of gear. If anyone knows, please let me know. I couldn't find anything online. Right, so they're all kind of different. I know one is an Alpha Juno, one is Jupiter or something. I'm not familiar with those kind of synths, but each synth is covered from that, the famous production line. Really, so you have a rate here. So what of course is it doubles the sound and then kind of modulates how it goes about. So yes, indeed there is an LFO in here, but it's a fixed point. Super fast, almost dizzy, and the depth is over here. So the depth, like no depth at all. You stack them up and you get volume. Very, very phasey and very old school. And the wet to dry, nothing. 50% or 100%, just depending on the intensity that you want. So again, the chorus 1, or the chorus effect, has 3 different flavors. All right, that's cool. So a phaser is, there's 2 types here. So it's stoned, and these are all based on the real hardware effects. Right, sounds pretty cool. So, pro tip, you can have a phaser going into like a reverb or another chorus. This can be syncable. So feedback is, you can see it just move about, and that just kind of controls the intensity. Stereo is stereo spread. That wet dry knob is up here, so no effect on dry. Very pronounced effect here. You can sync the rate. So that's all well and good. The phase changes how the phase matches up initially with the 2. The left and right. You get some really interesting sounds just out of 2 saw waves. Very cool. Plate. So this is a plate reverb. So it's what it was is, just look it up. It's a weird piece of gear. It like has springs and stuff in it, and it's a very neat reverb used a lot in those days. So instead of a wet and dry knob, you have control of dry and wet. So 100% wet, right? We can really see what's going on here, and then you mix your dry signal into it. You can see that it widens the signal and stereoizes it, but yeah. So another option here is pre-delay, and this is the amount of time it takes for the reverb to kick in. So it's kind of if you have if you clap in like a very large room, there's a delay of it bouncing off the wall. It's like a pre-delay is how long it takes from the recording position or whatever you're recording to bouncing off the wall to coming to the recording position. Right, so there's a delay. So the diffusion is based, think of diffusion as chaos. And yeah, more is more metallic. Less is less metallic, somewhat. Dampening. Think of this as a filter. So what it's doing is it causes the higher frequencies to fade more quickly, because the higher frequencies kind of like cancel each other out more, and like lower frequencies travel faster. Or they travel more efficiently, more betterer. And the decay is obviously, say, the size of the room and how long it takes for the reverb to fade out. Right, so yeah, think of it like that. But there's also a size, so think of like a very small size as like a bathroom, and a very large size as like a cathedral hall. Right, plate reverb, always awesome. Delay, a very fun effect. Right, so think of this delay as like a tape delay. We'll start at there's wet and dry. So it's always like going, but dry is the amount of like the dry signal mixed into it. You have your left speed and your right speed and your center. So it's delay times across the entire stereo field here. Right, so we have, something kind of neat. Feedback is how many times the delay signal kind of goes. Right, just kind of goes on forever. The center volume is like the center image. So it's the left and the center volume is controllable as, like mid-side. The side volume is how it kind of ping-pongs, how loud that is. Right. Right, we can hear them now. So if you want like a ping-pong delay, obviously use the center volume a lot. No, if you want like a simple delay, use center volume. If you want ping-pong, use side. Right, and high pass and low pass is a filter stage of the actual wet signal that you hear. So if you don't want, say, the high end to go through and it kind of wets it up and it ticks away. Right, and you get like, quite of an old school sound. Very analogo. Yeah, so Rotary, this is, think of it as like the Pink Floyd effect. Listen to echoes or, a lot of the music that Pink Floyd did, late 60s, early 70s. They use a Rotary Leslie speaker. So this is based off the Leslie. So what it is, yeah, it's mapped by the mod wheel. How am I going to do this? I'll do pressure. So what it is it's a giant box, and it was originally hooked up to an organ, and you have a speaker in it, and it's just spinning around. At the top, it's like a horn, and at the bottom you have a bass speaker, but it's facing the other direction, and they spin horizontally, and you get like a lot of cool sounds. So this is, we have it linked to pressure. So for like very faint pressure, we want it to be slow, obviously, and for super pressure, we want it to go fast. So I'll show you what it sounds like going slow to fast. And that's done with pressure. And we can also drive it, which gives it that kind of famous guitar sound. I'll just use one saw for now. So you can make it stereo, not stereo. It's basically the Doppler effect. The rise time is how long it takes, because naturally it would take, you know, a fraction of amount of time for the speakers to speed up to, you know, their fastness. And that's all. You can even have it, you know, mapped to an expression pedal, which is how you'd want to do it anyway. But I have it mapped to pressure. And it's really, you know, the coolest effect. You can mix it. They use this quite a bit. And balance, I assume, is the mic placement. Sounds really good on organs. And that concludes my effect walkthrough. All right, take it easy.